Thomas Edison is one of the most famous inventors in history. He gave the world the light bulb, the phonograph, and one of the first motion picture cameras. But what many people don't know is that Edison failed many times, more than most people ever would. In fact, he once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." To Edison, each failure was just one step closer to finding the right answer. One of Edison's biggest and most famous challenges was inventing the electric light bulb. Other scientists had already created light bulbs, but they didn't last long or were too expensive. Edison wanted to invent one that was strong, bright, cheap, and long-lasting. To do that, he and his team tested thousands of different materials to use as the glowing wire inside the bulb, called the filament. They tried cotton thread, cardboard, and even the hair from a friend's beard. None of them worked at first, but Edison didn't stop. He kept going until he found that a tiny piece of carbonized bamboo could glow for over 1,200 hours. That discovery changed the world. Another tough failure came with his invention of the electric vote recorder. This was one of Edison's very first inventions. He wanted to make it easier and faster for members of government to record their votes using buttons instead of paper. Edison was excited, but when he showed the machine to lawmakers, they didn't want it. They liked taking their time to vote and persuade others. Edison had worked hard, but no one wanted to buy his invention. Still, he didn't give up. He simply moved on to the next idea. Edison also spent years trying to make a better kind of battery. He wanted to power electric cars, which were becoming popular in the early 1900s. He believed nickel and iron would be the perfect materials. But his first batteries leaked, broke, and sometimes even exploded. Many people said he was wasting his time. But Edison kept testing. After years of work, he finally made a nickel-iron battery that worked well and lasted a long time. By then, gas-powered cars had taken over, so his battery wasn't used much, but it proved that his hard work had value. Even Edison's factories failed. One night in 1914, a huge fire burned down his entire lab in West Orange, New Jersey. Years of inventions, notebooks, and materials were destroyed. Edison watched the flames with his family and employees. He didn't panic or cry. Instead, he told everyone to enjoy the fire because they'd never see one like it again. The next day he began rebuilding. He said, "I am 67, but I'm not too old to make a fresh start." That fire could have ended his career, but he kept going. Edison believed that effort and curiosity mattered more than being right on the first try. He hired workers who were willing to experiment and ask questions. He built a team that wasn't afraid to fail because they knew each failure brought them closer to a success. What can we learn from Edison's failures? We learn that mistakes are part of the journey, that it's okay if something doesn't work right away. What matters most is not giving up. Edison's story teaches us that creativity, curiosity, and determination can lead to amazing things, even if it takes a lot of tries to get there. So the next time you get something wrong or feel like giving up, remember Thomas Edison. Think of his burned notebooks, his broken batteries, and his 10,000 light bulbs that didn't work. Then think about the moment the light finally turned on.